One moment.
Hurry up.
Estás al revés, Rafa. Tienes que virarte.
Estamos en vivo, mi amor, en YouTube.
Oh my God, espérate porque no.
Ok, déjame entrar a Phil, un momentito.
Sí, déjame.
Hey, Phil.
Hi.
We're already live on YouTube, so we're just waiting for Miss Maguire, Kelly, and we're waiting for Hector.
Ooh.
Oh, I love your backgrounds.
Right?
Oh, you guys have the same background.
Huh?
You guys have the same backgrounds.
Who?
You and Hector.
Oh, really?
Hector, you're mute.
Ok, Rafa.
Sí, te entiendo.
Oh my God.
Ok, ¿se ve bien?
Sí, mucho mejor. Okay, let me allow Kelly. She's waiting. Let me. Okay, Antonio Rivadeneira. Hola, Antonio. Okay, let me let her in. One moment. I'm so excited. Very excited.
So
hey, sunshine.
Hey, how are we all?
Hi, Jeff.
Oh my Lord.
Girl,
Hi.
what are you wearing?
She came in prepared.
Yeah, love it.
I came prepared. I could not wear an evening gown to a Miss Universe discussion. That would be sacrilege.
Well, why can't you represent Australia this year?
Well, it's not my time, unfortunately. Also, I'm way too old now anyway.
That's true. Okay, so we're let me just make sure everything is on sync with YouTube. Let's see here. Okay, I think we're live on YouTube now. Let me just fix things up. Okay, and we can start. Hello, everybody. Welcome to Critical Beauty Salon. My name is Rafa Delphin, your fabulous host as ever. And tonight, I'm very excited because I have three wonderful guests, and we're all going to chat about everything Miss Universe. As you know, the pageant is going to be held in Hollywood, Florida on May 16th. And there are just too many questions surrounding the pageant. We don't know exactly how many girls are competing this year. Some of them cannot come to the United States because they've been denied visa. Some countries have a surge of COVID cases. So therefore, US embassies have denied these delegates visas. So it is very unfortunate, but that's harsh reality. So anyway, we're gonna try to be positive tonight or tomorrow, or wherever you are. So we have three wonderful guests. Let's start with Phil Pugeda. Some of you already know Phil because he has appeared in our show a few times. But to those people who do not know you, Phil, would you like to say something about yourself, please?
Hi, everyone. I'm Phil Pugeda, correspondent for Missosology USA. and I'm excited to be here as a guest again, talking about Miss Universe.
Wonderful.
Mhm.
And then, of course, we have Hector Joaquin. Of course, if you don't know who Hector Joaquin is, you're not from this planet, okay? But anyway, Hector Joaquin, say something about yourself.
I'm sorry. I'm just good night for everybody, for Phil and this beautiful, beautiful Kelly Louise from Australia. You are gorgeous, darling. You're beautiful. I love when I saw beautiful woman on the air. I love it. I was just finished my photo shoot, the photo shoot with the new Miss Puerto Rico Petite. I have a busy day, a busy Saturday. You know what happened with my dog yesterday? He broke a leg. I was in the hospital yesterday. I was taking care of him today, and I'm ready for this beautiful and amazing live chat about Miss Universe.
Okay, well, your dog is doing fine, correct?
Yes, he's doing great. He's excellent right now.
Wonderful.
Thank you.
And last but not least, we have Kelly Louise Maguire, who, by the way, got married last November.
I did. Another reason why I can't represent Australia, despite the fact I'm obviously too old and everything else. I am now Kelly King, which I really like because it kind of sounds a little bit more superhero-y than Kelly Louise Maguire.
I do love the sound of Kelly King, yeah.
Yeah, right? I know, like Lois Lane, yeah. Thank you, Hector, for an amazing introduction to me. It's just so beautiful. You melt my heart, honestly. It's so good to see you guys again. I know I haven't competed for a couple of years now, but I've still been involved in the pageant scene, as a lot of people know. So my experience is quite vast, I think. I was Miss International Australia, Miss Intercontinental Australia, Miss Earth Australia, Miss Grand Australia, Miss Tourism Queen International Australia, a couple of other things. So then after I aged out a couple of years ago, I was the National Director for Miss Earth Australia and was also involved in the National Directorship of Miss Grand Australia, which is a whole different discussion in itself. And I also helped coach the Miss New South Wales girls for Miss Universe Australia as well. So I actually now live in New Zealand, of all things.
You do? Oh, I didn't know that.
So I'm in New Zealand right now, which is, it's a good thing because obviously, with COVID happening and everything, it's nice to not be so far away from home. So I have been able to go back to Sydney and see family and everybody. But we've been very lucky over here in respect to COVID, of course. So, but yeah, very interesting few years it's been.
Well, how did you meet your husband?
Oh, good question. It was actually through work, believe it or not.
Okay.
I know he was my client a couple of years ago. I know. It wasn't like that at first. It wasn't like that. We became friends over time, and then it evolved into something else, which was really lovely. So.
Is he also Australian?
No, he's a Kiwi, which is why I live here.
Oh, and okay.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, no. Now, are you involved? Are you involved with any of the New Zealand pageant scene?
No. I feel like my heart is still Australian, obviously. And because I've been so involved in the Australian pageant scene, I kind of haven't really wanted to, because in Australia, obviously, they're a little bit, they're nowhere near, USA or Philippines or something like that in terms of preparation. But New Zealand's further behind. Like they struggle for sponsorship, they struggle for, attention and support and money, all the other things. And so it would probably just be a little bit too hard, I think. But I'm thinking about it. I'm thinking about it.
That's wonderful. Now, do you expect to have a big family someday?
God, no, absolutely not. I'm going to fill my life with animals.
I love it.
How many? What kind of pets do you have?
Well, at the moment, I am fostering for a local rescue here. So I have 2 in my bathroom just here. I have 2 little 7-week-old kittens.
Oh.
They're so cute. And I've got 2 cats of my own, but yeah, we'll probably foster dogs and do all sorts of things. But yeah, that's my passion.
That's amazing. I love animals. I cannot see myself, living without any animals. Animals just enhance our lives, I think. They really do.
Agree wholeheartedly.
Yeah. And they give so much unconditional love. I mean, you can cuss them, you can swear and and abuse them verbally, but they won't fight back. They will love you unconditionally. That's so true. Okay. Okay, so I don't know about you, Kelly, but the three of us have been following Miss Universe forever and ever and ever. And then what makes this year very unusual is because of the COVID crisis. There's a lot of restrictions involved, and I don't know how many of these girls have you been actually following? Did you study the list that I gave you, that I sent you? Did you check out the accounts? Okay.
I mean, I was following Miss Universe anyway because, like I said, I was kind of involved in the local pageant in Australia, and aside from this year, usually go to their national finals and things like that. And I usually know a lot of the girls, if not all of the girls competing, just because it's a fairly small industry. Right. So by virtue of that, I'm kind of involved and interested anyway in terms of the other contestants and how they fare and everything like that. So yeah, I have been following it.
Mm-hmm. Oh, somebody commented on my YouTube channel, says, Kelly, take the franchise for Miss Universe in New Zealand.
Oh, do you know
yes, that's a good one.
You know what?
New Zealand is not present this year. Did you know, that? That's so sad. Yeah, and actually I don't like the national director. I have to be.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he's a douchebag. I'm sorry.
Tell us how you really feel. Wow.
Yeah. He's just bizarre. Very strange.
I should, and I won't say. I would never say never. Let me say that.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, you never know. Okay. So, newsflash: one country withdrew, or I think she was kicked out. Slovak Republic.
Mm-hmm.
I just found this. My friend Antonio just told me about this. Slovak Republic is sad, but we don't know the real reason why. It could be anything: visa denial, maybe she's sick. Who knows? Any of those reasons. So right now we're down to 73 contestants. So if you guys had a chance to take a look at the Instagram accounts or any of the social media accounts, let's talk about our pre-arrival favorites. Because I've vlogged about my top 21 pre-arrival favorites, and practically everybody knows now. But I would like to know your pre-arrival favorites, all three of you. Let's start with Phil.
So, yeah, my pre-arrival, since I was watching the videos earlier, I just wish that all the contestants were there. The profiles were complete for us to judge. But pre-arrival favorites, obviously, Philippines will be there. Thailand. I love Cambodia. And then South Africa. And then I love Cameroon.
Okay, wonderful. Those are good choices. Yeah.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Actually, all those girls are also on my list. Yeah. Hector, what do you think? What are your choices?
Well, I was watching all the videos, but first of all, let me say something about the videos. When you're going to make a video for Miss Universe national directors, please use your mind, use your creation, use your imagination. All the videos are the same. All the videos, they say the same. Maybe one or two was different, but most of the videos are too boring. Okay, first of all, but my choices are Australia. I really love her. I really love to see her Instagram. I really love to see her social media. And I really love to see her brother. Oh my God. Her brother.
How old is her brother?
Oh, maybe he's 21 or 24, but I was comment on his Instagram account, and he responds to me in 1 minute. And now we're friends on Instagram. But this is Miss Universe friendship.
Isn't it too young? Isn't it too young for you though?
Well, I don't care about that. I just believe in love, baby. I really love Brazil. I really like Cambodia. I was watching her video and I really love her. Of course, Canada, there's going to be there. I really like Mexico. Philippines is the one to beat here. Philippines is the one to beat. Puerto Rico, Romania, South Africa, Thailand, of course, USA, and Vietnam. And I really like Venezuela. Of course, I like Colombia, I like Chile, I like Curacao, but you know,
Yeah,
we need to wait when all the girls going to be, you know, together, because right now, you know, it's not sure about who is going to be this, you know, maybe Thailand, maybe Philippines, maybe USA. I have the feeling that USA can be the winner, you know, but let's see.
Nobody knows. Okay, Kelly, what do you think?
Interesting, because we've had over the last few years, as you all would know, and of everyone watching would know, we've had this evolution of IMG and what the Miss Universe organization is actually looking for. And so you've gone from this glamazonian, we really want this, you know, statuesque, facially stunning, you know, glamazon, to somebody with a little bit more substance. And it's almost morphed again to become, you don't have to only have substance. Now you also have to have a real voice for change, and you need to be a leadership. You need to accept it as a leadership role more so than just a title, you know. So it's hard to say who's going to be. I mean, the winners over the last few years have been fairly unpredictable for that. And so pre-arrival favourites, I mean, if you're talking about, you know, just facially beautiful contestants, you're talking about, you know, people like Russia. Like, she would be so hard to beat in any, you know, scenario. She would be unbeatable. But in this context, it's really hard to pick. So with all of that being said, I'm kind of evaluating the girls on the videos that they had, where they were not only telegenic and that matched their photos, because sometimes there's a disconnect there, and you see them on Instagram and then you see them speak and you're like, ooh, that is not the same face. But also exactly, can't Photoshop video very easily. I mean, can, but you know, yeah, and combining kind of that with the fact that they had to have something to say for me, and of course the way that they deliver it. So top of that list for me, beauty and purpose and I guess eloquence, Jamaica, number one.
Oh yes, of course.
Sorry, I'm sorry to everybody else, but I don't know how she isn't. I mean, everyone's kind of, you know, using her as a top five, but I just think she's the entire package, because she has substance, she has a platform, that face, like, oh, can I swear?
Sure.
Oh, I saw that face. I was like, fuck off. That is just, So
I hope YouTube does not demonetize me after that.
No, I'm Australian. I have to swear. It's you know, cultural. Yeah, so Jamaica definitely is up there. Alongside her, definitely Australia. And I know I'm being biased, but Hector said it as well, so it wasn't just me. The way that she delivers her message, and her message itself, and the fact that she isn't necessarily that typical Miss Universe type because of her height, is her greatest strength. And I really look forward to seeing what she does with it, because it's a really cool platform. I mean, and me as a tall girl, I've never really even thought about it before, about, you know, height, because, you know, I am tall, but, you know, if it was ever going to stop me from entering a pageant, that would have been really upsetting. And it's good that they were having this kind of inclusion through and seeing more people. Aside from those two, definitely Cameroon. I agree. Her video, when she said that her parents disapproved of her getting an education, I was so angry for her. It's just, it's really upsetting.
It's a very primitive mentality, you know, it's just weird.
It is, but it's also difficult to kind of make those assumptions as well, because it is very cultural, and she comes from, you know, a nation that is, you know, very culturally influenced, very religiously influenced. And so I don't think it comes from a place of malice, denying women and girls education. However, seeing her break that mold, that's my kind of woman.
So what do you think of any opinions about USA?
I'm on the fence with her, to be honest.
You're on the fence? Okay.
Yeah, I need to see more.
Yeah. Okay. Well, as you know, several of the girls are already in the United States. Some of them arrived, almost to, I think Philippines was one of the first girls to arrive.
Yeah.
And she brought with her, how many staff members? Like a dozen or so, including her creative director.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And she had like, 150 outfits. And what I liked about Miss Universe Philippines organization is because they thought of everything, even the minutest details. Miss Universe Philippines, Rabia Mateo, has they provided her with a lookbook. So for each of the 150 outfits, there's actually an illustration of the outfit that she's wearing, the name of the designer, the accessories that go with the dress, the shoes, the name of the shoe designer, the makeup artist, the stylist, everything, which is unbelievable, which is incredible. So I'm looking forward to more of her changing all these into different looks. What do you think of Thailand, though? There seems to be a strong rivalry going on between Philippines and Thailand. Or I don't know, maybe it's just me, or maybe it's just the fans who are creating this rivalry between the two girls. Phil, come on, Phil, talk. You know more than I do.
No, definitely it's the fans. Because I see some videos who's just like capitalizing on the hype of the two candidates. I've seen videos, Philippines versus Thailand. And first things first, we do not need to do that. We do not need to compare the two because it's unfair for the other candidates,
Okay.
Moving on, they're both excellent ladies, brought their A game. And it's just a matter of like how the two performs on the final night.
Mhm.
Philippines bought 150 outfits. Thailand bought designer outfits. Let's see what happens on the 16th.
Yeah, I think one of the comments that I read about Thailand preferring high-end designer clothing and accessories is because I mean, those designer clothes do not have anything to do with you winning. I mean, who cares if your clothes are designers or not? I mean, I remember Olivia Culpo, Miss Universe 2012, when she competed in Miss Rhode Island, USA, she had worn a $20 used gown which is partly damaged by cigarette smoke. But she managed to win. She moved on to Miss USA. She wins Miss USA, and then she moved on to Miss Universe, and she wins Miss Universe. So I don't think the price of the dress that you're wearing will not really determine whether or not you're going to place in the competition. So, Hector, what do you think?
Well, remember that there was a trend introduced by, Ines Ligron, the former Miss Japan national director. She was the one to put the nice designers, the shoe designer on the stage of Miss Universe,
Yeah.
And now we see like Miss Thailand, I understand her because if I was a contestant and I'm going to compete in Miss Universe, I want the best of the best, I want Dior, I want Dolce & Gabbana, Versace, Ralph Amoruso, if they have the money, the organization to buy the shoes and the designer dresses, let's go, it's just depend on the organization, but with you that expensive dress or expensive shoes is not to like you going to be the winner of Miss Universe, because it's all about your performance on the stage. How do you deliver your message? At the end is if you like or not to the organization, no matter what kind of dress or shoes or panties or brassiere you have, it's about how the organization saw you on all the pageant and of course in the final night.
Yeah, that's great. Kelly, go ahead.
I was just going to say, I completely agree with everything everyone's saying, but I do want to add, when you are wearing something that is baller, it's designer, you look like you could just be $1 billion person and you just feel amazing, it does translate. So having a designer wardrobe, it's not going to win you the pageant, but sometimes when you put something on and you feel superhuman, that could be potentially the difference between an average performance and one that's completely out of this world.
Actually, I meant to ask you, Kelly, what did you, when you competed in Miss Grand International, did you wear a designer gown?
Funny story. The gown that I wore for that final was borrowed off a friend of mine called Rachel Harriman, and she happened to be in Thailand competing in a different competition at the same time Miss Grand was on. And I had never seen the dress before in my life in person, and I just asked her if I could borrow it because I didn't like the dress that I brought with me. So someone from Missosology, and I can't remember who it is because I'm a terrible person, dropped it off at the hotel for me, and I tried it on and it just happened to fit me like it looked like it was tailored for me, and I got so lucky because it could have been really shit and it wasn't. So I'm a terrible example because I'm very disorganized, and I don't think, with the exception of having Peter as my pageant coach, I've never had sponsors, I've never had people give me things or give me money or give me dresses or anything like that. Like I've had to always purchase my own stuff. So unfortunately, because of the lack of support in Australia, I haven't had the designer wardrobe that I would really have loved to have had. But, it's so cool that the girls are getting that support though these days.
Yeah, I totally agree. Now, I want to talk about shoes because, a lot of people, me personally, I do not like those platform shoes, or like 3 or 4 inch platform shoes with like 8-inch heels. I see a lot of them. And to me, they scream stripper heels, prostitute, whatever. Kelly, what do you think? Do you like them?
I hate them. They look like a broken ankle waiting to happen. Like if that stage has any stairs at all, you are screwed because, someone at some point is going to step on a train and they're going to dislocate their kneecap. Just, it's awful. I look at it and it hurts. It hurts to look at. And
totally.
I hate to bring it to everyone's attention again, but Maria Thattil, if she's going to compete and not be tall, like don't pretend to be tall if you're not. Like height doesn't probably matter as much anymore as it used to. So it's not necessary.
Right. Yeah, I think that's part of the evolution of Miss Universe because ever since IMG took over, they've sort of like diversified everything. I mean, height is not always might. Look at Olivia Culpo, Miss Universe 2012. I mean, she's like less than 5'5", tops maybe, but her face, it's really all about her face. She's one of those beautiful faces, and now she's one of those top cover girls, in the world. Phil, what is your opinion on those platform shoes? Do you like them? I think, don't you have a big collection of them?
Well, I don't really care because...
Don't deny. I know you watch RuPaul's Drag Race.
I know.
See?
No, I love it.
Let me just say, first things first, I really hate those platform shoes. Ever since following Miss Universe, the girl could be wearing a very nice gown, but then underneath those gowns, you could see a silhouette of those platform shoes, and it would steal the look,
Yeah, that's
and
true.
with the sponsorship, I grew up following Miss Universe, and I think before they were sponsored by Nina Shoes, and they were like,
I remember Nina shoes. Yeah,
right?
yeah.
It was a big thing, and then now we have those platform shoes, and then Jojo Burgay shoes. I mean, I like the style that he's gonna be showing. How about you? Do you like it?
Oh, I really like the new shoe sponsor because they got rid of the platform shoes, and now they look like very classic, with almost like stiletto heels, the kind of shoes that Catriona Gray wore, at Miss Universe 2018. I like the shoes. I think the girls get 2 pairs, a pair of nude heels and a pair of silver heels, I believe.
Yes.
Silver. Yeah,
Yes.
silver. So, which is great. I think the challenge for the shoe designer is how to ship thousands of shoes from the Philippines to Florida.
Well, he are very...
Well, let me say something. Here in Long Beach, if you go by the shore, you're gonna see hundreds of cargo ships lying because we have problems with shipping.
Oh God.
That's true.
Yes.
That's true. Okay. Hector, what do you think of the shoes?
I really love the shoes. I have the opportunity to meet Jojo in the Philippines. In the last time I was in the Philippines, I had the honor to have a Jojo Bragai's white sandals.
Nice.
But I really love the color. I really love that they are not hot, the platform, because I really don't like it. And for those national directors, if your candidate going to use like a green dress, use green shoes. If the candidate going to use a red dress, use a red shoes, for the finale, for the evening gown, because I really don't like to see these beautiful gowns. And then when you watch to the end, it's this ugly shoes, and this is not a picture like Miss Universe did, But I really love the Jojo Bragai's shoes. I'm falling in love.
Okay, do you remember, the iconic lava dress that Catriona Gray won, or when she won Miss Universe 2018? Inspired after the volcanic eruption.
That was the only thing I really don't like about Catriona. And that Catriona is one of my favorite Miss Universe ever. But when she walked with the lava dress and the platform from Jojo, I really don't like this kind of, it was like disturbing, but
it
Catriona
killed,
Catriona,
it killed that look. Those horrible shoes really killed the entire look. She should have worn this really nice stiletto, red heels. Oh, anyway, well, she won anyway, so it really doesn't matter anymore, right?
She's Catriona Gray.
Horrible those platform. How about those shoes that Erin wore for her national costume?
Oh,
the Transformer shoes.
Oh
God.
Oh my God.
Unbelievable.
It was a nightmare.
Where do people come up with these ideas anyway? Unbearable. Yeah. Anyway, okay, so earlier in the show, I talked about Slovak Republic being out. Bangladesh is definitely out. Okay, she's out. Because why are you clapping?
Oh, sorry. Oh.
What does that mean?
Well, I really was reading all the articles about her, what she do in her country, but most of what she do a lot of bad things, and what happened? The people from her country, they don't like her. They don't like her, not because she won Miss Universe Bangladesh. They don't like her even before she was in the pageant, because some people, I really know some people in Bangladesh, and they told me, my friends from this beautiful country, that she is like a trouble, she's like a troublemaker, and she really loves to do that, and
Kelly,
I'm happy that she is not going to Miss Universe, because I can imagine her and the chaperones fight and discussions and everything, and Miss Universe don't need that, Miss Universe need fine girls, educate girls, no crazy girls, not like Rima Faki or
Okay, silence, please. I want to ask Kelly. Okay, you just tend to talk too much. Slow down a bit. Kelly, do you know really what happened with Bangladesh? The story behind her controversy?
No, actually, I don't. All I know that she's out of the pageant, and obviously her video is missing among some other people. But no.
Right. Well, what had happened was that she and another friend of hers went to the men's bathroom, and she allegedly videotaped a man doing his business in the urinal, and then she posted it just to shame the man, and then she never apologized for it, and she said it was just a prank. It was a prank joke. That's what she said, and that's one. Number two is that people are saying she's overage. She's like 20. She's actually 29, 30, and she lied about her age. Yeah, right. She competed in Miss Supranational, I believe, 2017, and 4 years ago she was 26, 27 already. Yeah, so she's a little. I
was just going to say, I don't hate her for being overage, because so am I, let's be honest. So that's fine. But no, I was going to say, what kind of person, beauty pageants aside, goes into a bathroom and films someone and thinks it's funny without their consent? Not like, beauty queens are held to a higher standard anyway, as they should be, as anybody should be if you're in the public eye and wanting to make a platform for change of some description, or even just being a public figure. You have a certain set of responsibilities. But even as a regular, average person in society, you shouldn't be doing that. And I applaud as well. Now that I know, I'm really actually quite glad as well that she's not there, because she sounds like a shithead.
Yeah, it's just too bad that she ruined, her country's reputation by doing that stupid silly video. Okay, so she's out. Now, another girl, which I really, really like, though I'm not really sure whether her participation has been confirmed, even though her profile is on the Miss Universe website and app, is Miss Universe Myanmar. We all know what's going on in her country. The military government has taken over the country, arrested its leader, who was elected democratically, and also has been arresting hundreds and thousands of innocent, peaceful protesters. And my fear was that she couldn't be able to leave the country, or if the government will not allow her to leave the country, is because she might never be able to come back. So you guys followed Miss Grand International. That was the case with Miss Grand Myanmar. I mean, thank God the Thai government allowed her to stay as a refugee. But I'm worried about Miss Universe Myanmar. So the same thing might happen to her. So what? Any thoughts on her, Phil?
Well, it breaks my heart that knowing the situation in Myanmar, and also as a Miss Universe fan, that I'm really rooting for her, because I think that she could use Miss Universe to raise more awareness of what's happening in her country. But also at the back of my head, I'm also thinking about her safety, knowing what happened to Miss Grand Myanmar. Is she still in Thailand right now?
She's still in Thailand. Actually, the Myanmar military government issued an arrest warrant.
Yeah. So that's like the fear going on in my head. So whatever Myanmar does, whatever Miss Myanmar decides, I wish you the best, and I hope you continue using your platform and your voice to keep awareness. Because now you got the stage, you have a platform, Miss Universe fans, and I just wish you the best.
Right. Yeah. I just hope they allow it to travel. Yeah.
Yeah. But if she does arrive, she will probably wreck most predictions.
Probably.
Yeah.
Probably. Yeah.
Because I can see her going through top 5.
Okay, so here's another interesting question for you guys. Okay, after having examined and scrutinized the profiles of every girl on the social media, name maybe 2 or 3 girls that you find I shouldn't say the word that starts with you, but
do you mean overrated?
Yeah, girls who are trying too hard. You know what I mean? I mean, people. Girls who shouldn't be there. There you go. There you go.
Okay.
Yeah, 2 or 3 countries that shouldn't be there. Period. That's what I meant to say. Phil, let's start.
No, I'm running for Miss Congeniality, so can I go last?
Okay, Hector, what do you think? Girls that shouldn't be there.
You were talking about the girls to go to the top 20 semifinals?
No, the girls who shouldn't be competing this year at all, period.
Oh, God. Oh, God. This is too hard question.
Okay, let's name one. Paraguay.
Yeah.
You don't have to answer. You don't have to answer if you don't want to.
Yes, but
what continent? Give me the continent.
No, please. Okay. Not one. Most of these girls from this continent, they can stay in their homes and watching Netflix and drink a cup of tea. South America.
No.
South America. América del Sur.
Oh, you mean the one who was crowned the one who showed up at the pageant the night before the actual coronation. She did not even appear during the rehearsals, right? But she won anyway. Are you talking about
Miss
the same girl?
Paraguay.
Yeah.
Miss Paraguay was not of the contestant of the beauty pageant, and she arrived on the finale. And bingo, she was the winner.
Yeah.
Of course, she was the winner because, you know.
Right. Yeah. I agree.
You know.
I think we all agree. Yeah, she shouldn't be there at all.
You know.
I
And
think
let me tell you something. Let me tell you something. This is very bad because, and I have the info and I have the screenshots. I can talk a lot about this, but Paraguay this year, one of the national directors of Paraguay, and you know who is the national director of Miss Paraguay Universo, they offer to a contestant who previously was a Grand Slam winner to go to Miss Universe representing Paraguay. But they told her, you need to pay everything.
Oh, yeah, I remember that.
You remember that. You
Yeah.
remember that.
Yeah.
You know, and it's a very bad because I'm sure that this girl, they was supposed to go to represent Paraguay. It would, you know, it would be maybe a winner of Miss Universe or maybe a top 5, you know. But
it's interesting because Paraguay has the same national director as Bolivia, right?
Yes, Bolivia and Paraguay,
yeah,
they have the same national director, Gloria Limpias.
Mhm.
And I think this is one of the national directors, and I'm sorry what I'm going to tell her, what I'm going to say right now, but this is one of the national directors that the Miss Universe organization and IMG, they need to cut out. They need to say, thank you, Gloria, for nothing, you know, and bring a new national director, a new blood to this country that they have a beautiful girls. But when you speak to the fans of this country, is all the time the same. Oh, this woman, Gloria Limpias, she don't, you know, everybody is not happy with her, you know, and Miss Universe organization, this is your time to change this national director.
I totally agree with you. So we have Paraguay, we have Bangladesh, and in my comment section on YouTube, somebody suggested Bulgaria. Do you remember that photo of Bulgaria wearing a bikini, white bikini, with her left leg stretched out all the way to the ceiling?
She's like this. She's like this.
As if she's saying, choose me, choose me, choose me.
She's like this.
Oh my God.
You know, like everything is big.
Yeah. So anyway, but I think what happened, I mean, I don't know, maybe that was just a fluke, that photo. Nevertheless, she actually deserves to compete. Kelly, what do you think?
Oh, it's really tough because I personally wouldn't allow a photo like I wouldn't pose like that. And if I did pose like that for some reason, like if I was drunk or something, I certainly wouldn't use the photo or let anybody use the photo to promote me or attach my name to it or anything like that. So I just don't understand what series of decisions led up to doing that. And then the subsequent publication of the photo, it just doesn't make any sense to me. Like if you're going to compete in a beauty pageant, you need to be aware of the image that you're portraying online. You need to be aware of, you know, what it is that you're saying and doing. Like don't be unnecessarily controversial or just gross for no reason. Like it goes back to what I was saying before about Bangladesh. Like even as a normal person, there are certain behaviors that are kind of generally socially acceptable, and that bar's a little bit higher for beauty queens. So just be a responsible person and be someone that people can look up to. And I mean, I'm not, part of me goes, good on you, girl, you do whatever you want to, because I'm all for people, you know, girl power, do what you want. It's your body, don't care. But
right.
Like I said, they're kind of, it's when you're trying to influence other people's decisions in respect to you, or when you're trying to influence people to like you in comparison to all these other girls from all these other countries who have all these wonderful stories, that is not the way to stand out.
Right. Yeah. Yeah, I totally agree. Yeah, I totally agree. It's just too bad. You know, I mean, for this is your, you know, when you're young, sometimes, you know, wisdom, you need wisdom in your life, especially, you know, when you're young. And I think a lot of these girls, I mean, they're so giggly, they're so excited to compete in Miss Universe, but sometimes they lose focus They don't look at the entire picture. That every little detail, every little image that you post on your social media will stay there forever and ever and ever. It'll never go away, no matter how many times you try to delete it. It'll stay there forever. Wonderful, people. Okay, another topic is the issue of continental format. I'm not sure whether or not this year's Miss Universe is going to go by the selecting the top 20, 21 contestants based on the geographical region that they come from. Personally, I don't like it, only because it's actually discounting some of the best contestants from a specific region. It's like the Olympics. Like usually every 4 years, we see the same countries topping in the Olympics, like Russia, China, USA, Germany, whatever. Why can't we do the same thing in Miss Universe? I know people are complaining about it. It's not fair, blah, 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 blah. But you know what? It's competition. That's what it's all about, right? But what I want to ask your opinion on continental format. Do you think it's fair? Do you think they should continue with it? Hector, let's start with you.
Okay, I think it's not fair. I was working for Miss Intercontinental, and they used the continental format because they were the ones to bring this format to the stage. I really don't like, and I'm agree with you, because when I was working for Miss Intercontinental, most of girls they were out of the top 5 or the top 16 because of this format. I think Miss Universe make a big mistake using this format, because Miss Universe is not about this, Miss Universe is about globally, and when you use the continental format, maybe you caught a lot of opportunities, I really don't like it.
Phil, do you like it?
I don't know, like the continental format, I think it just adds production value. Of course, like it has something the fans to talk about. But
you mean suspense?
Like what Hector said, Miss Universe is about inclusivity. Why are we secluding it in continental format? I just hope that Miss Universe will go back into its old format. Judge the girls by their stage presence, by their beauty, by their charisma. I mean, sub stories are okay, advocacy are okay, but because the question is, this is the thing with Miss Universe. Recently, they focus more on advocacy, but then Miss Universe, they keep her on New York.
That's true.
Hello.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
Like, what is she spreading? I know, we're in this age of the social media. I like the awareness that she's putting on, on her social media, But yeah, I just wish that she would travel more, But yeah, I don't like the continental. It's just for production value that the fans could talk about.
Kelly, when you competed in this Grand International, did it not have a continental format as well? No.
No, they didn't. Although when I competed in Miss Earth, they did. They trialed it out. And yeah, the thing about it is, as a contestant and from a contestant's point of view, this is what was really bad about it. You end up kind of forming these almost like enemy lines with people who are otherwise culturally similar to you. So for example, actually, Miss Tourism Queen International was a good example, because I was really good friends with the girl who was Miss New Zealand at the time, because Australia and New Zealand obviously very, very similar in cultures, etc. But then when they announced that, we were having these continents and there was kind of like an islands or oceanic kind of thing and we'd be against each other, she suddenly went really cold. And I thought, we were good friends, because it's a competition. You're not there to make friends, but you incidentally do. And you come out with some of my closest friends are now pageant girls from, I've known for, decades. In fact, Miss Singapore Earth 2010 sang at my wedding last year. So she flew to yeah, I know. So we've got these really cool friendships, but she just went weird and bitchy to me for no reason. And I don't like it. It fosters very bad vibes, I will say.
It fosters animosity, yeah.
No, and it's not even animosity. It's like you're trying to, put more competition on top of competition, which isn't really necessary, I think.
Right.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, it does. Hector, go ahead.
I never understand why they put the African girls in the same group with the Asian girls. I never understand that, why they don't put the African girls apart and the Asian girls apart, you know?
Oh,
This is...
okay, I see what you mean. So they combine both continents.
Yes, why?
Yeah.
Why?
Well, maybe
No,
because
never
Because
understand
maybe
that's
because
that.
well, no, there's a disparity in numbers. Maybe because there's far less African delegates
Yeah,
compared to Asia, so that's why they mix them together. So whereas Europe is a totally separate continent altogether, you know. But I don't agree. I don't like the continental format because to me it promotes affirmative action, you know, like a quota system. You know, we need, like, as if you're saying, we need somebody from Africa now. Otherwise, the whole world will think of us as very racist or not exclusive or whatever, etc. You know what I mean? So yeah, I really don't like that mentality at all. So scratch the continental format. Let's bring the traditional selection of top 20, top 21.
Yes.
Okay,
Based on merit.
Sugar, president of the Miss Universe organization. If you're watching my show tonight, that's the message for you, girl.
Bring back the trump cards.
Bring back, yeah.
Oh God! Back Trump for everything.
Okay. Okay, so I'm reading some of these comments on my YouTube channel. Some people are, okay, one girl is saying, let me see. Okay, most of them agree with scrapping the continental format. Here in America, they're fighting, saying my country is America to beat. My girl is going to America. Yours is wild card material. Yeah, people are just like basically fighting over this stuff. It's just ridiculous. It's useless, you know. I mean, we're not the judges. We're just observers. We're just fans, you know.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm not a judge. Yeah. All right. So let's talk about something new. Mostly Filipino sponsors. So what does that mean? Does that mean Miss Philippines will automatically win the crown? What do you think? Hector, I want to know your opinion first.
Okay. I don't have any issue with all the Filipino sponsors because the Filipino sponsors are the best. You know, they call, you know, you call them and they, whatever you want, whatever you need, you know. But in a serious way, I think this guy, the vice president of the Miss Universe organization, Sean
McLean,
they have this big mind, big business mind, you know, and he knows that the Filipinos are good in everything. Not only that, you know, they're very good people, they're very open people. And when you're talking about the sponsors, why not? We know, why not? I don't have any issue with that. I don't have any issue with that. The people start saying that because the Filipino sponsor, Wijeta, is going to be on the top 5. No. We need to change the sponsor. It's not all the time. It's not going to be she. It's not going to be Chinese Laundry. It's not going to be Mikimoto, you know.
Or
the time change. The time change.
Yeah.
And I really like to see Jojo Burgais. I really like to see Lazada app. I really like to see Olivia Quido or Quido. I really like to see this kind of new blood, no matter what, if they're Filipinos or Africanos or Puerto Ricans. This is a new blood, and this is the good thing about Miss Universe.
Kelly, what do you think?
I don't think it's unusual, to be honest.
Yes.
Having competed in Miss Earth, every single one of those sponsors at the time, except for one because I was in Vietnam, I think, were Filipino. When I competed in Miss Grand, every single judge was Thai. Like, I think it's just a thing. It is a little bit unusual for the fact that it's based in the US and they have, I suppose, international sponsorships. But I will say, I think it's a business decision. And I think it's a very intelligent business decision because the Philippines is very serious about pageants and it gives them a lot of exposure. So from a marketing perspective, here I've got my PR hat on at the moment. From a PR perspective or a marketing perspective, it makes perfect sense. Like this is a good business decision for them and a way for them to boost the way that their business, appears for their particular audiences, which is great. What I don't like about it is that a lot of people saying, well, of course the Philippines will make it because all of the judges are Filipino and blah, 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 blah. I think that Wijeta has what it takes to make it of her own merit. And I don't like the fact that all of the judges are Filipino and people are saying, oh, well, she only made it because. And there are some haters from certain countries who will almost certainly say that you only made it because There are people that are wanting you to because you've got this influential panel of judges who are already in your pocket. And I don't necessarily think that's the case for her, but I know that certain people will probably use it against her.
Phil, what do you think?
Mhm.
I agree, by the way, yeah.
Yeah, I definitely agree with what you say, but first things first, let all the fans know that without the sponsors, there wouldn't be the show. So let's thank the sponsors. So in case to Rabia's performance, I don't think it matters because if it's Rabia's destiny and if she performs the best on May 16th and if her win is unquestionable, then she's the rightful Miss Universe. You know, I don't really think necessarily that sponsorship equals placements. You know?
Okay. All right. I agree.
Do you remember? Do you remember in Miss Universe 2006 when Zuleika Rivera won? It was not the same about the sponsor, but the MC was from Puerto Rico. Most of the judges was from Puerto Rico. Of course, Zuleika won, but you know, if you use all the Filipino sponsor, this is not like Ravilla is going to win. You know, Ravilla have all it's you know, because Ravilla have everything to win. She don't need the Filipino sponsor, but thanks God we have these Filipino sponsors because we are in a pandemic. We are in a time zone like business are very hard to do. And that's why I like and I love Sean McCain because they have this big business mind. You know, what we can do in this time, what we can bring to Miss Universe new in this time, he bring the Filipinos, you know.
Right.
Because you want to work with nice people. You don't want to work with business people that, you know, they're like bitches or they're thing that, you know, the Filipinos are the best. That's why you are my best friend, baby.
Yeah, that's true. I totally agree. Reading the comments on my YouTube channel. Oh, our good friend Brian Javier. Hi, Brian. He says, if other brands and countries have the money, then send their proposals to the Miss Universe organization. I totally agree. I totally agree. Yeah. Totally. Although, you know, just because you're sponsoring from a different country, you're not necessarily guaranteed that your girl will place or will win. So that's a good point, Brian. Thank you.
Yeah, and they have a Latino sponsor, the makeup sponsor, Muba. He's a guy from Colombia.
That's true.
He's a guy from Colombia that he was working before for Miss Universe as a makeup artist. He made this brand and now he is one of the sponsors, you know? It's not about the Filipinos, the Latinos too.
Right, that's true. Moving on. Okay, I suppose you guys watched the up-close videos of all the contestants, or at least most of them, or at least most of the girls that attracted to you. Anyway, I did. I spent like 2 days scrutinizing and analyzing every video because my life is boring. I don't have anything else to do. So why not just, watch all these lovely, wonderful videos, right? But I was really shocked because even though it says 3 minutes long, it's actually like 1 minute and 15 seconds. And the rest of it is just like
Miss Universe banner.
Yeah, it's promoting the Miss Universe show and whatnot. I know what's going on. But anyway, there were several good ones, several bad ones, several kind of like mediocre ones. And when Hector mentioned, in the beginning of the show, that these national directors really need to give it, a good thought and how to produce even a 1 minute video. 1 minute, like when you're doing a commercial, I'm sure Kelly would be familiar. If you're doing a commercial, like even for 10 seconds, it'll take days to produce a 10-second commercial, a good one. I think these national directors should do exactly the same thing. I mean, there's some countries who did not do any effort at all. I mean, one girl was just like sitting in her chair in her room with horrible decoration in the background, and that's it. She was like talking and talking and talking. Nothing at all. No scenes from outside her room compared to other girls. They had to go to the woods, the outdoors, to the cities, and take wonderful photos. And they even used drone, to create all these wonderful special effects. That I like. So why can't these national directors do the same thing? The effort. Phil, let me ask you, which of these up close videos do you like the most?
Well, certainly I like the most. I'd mentioned Jamaica because she is so charming. And then, but let me comment about the videos. Um, I think it's the directive of Miss Universe telling the national director. So maybe you can upload like these are the three topics that you could talk about on the video. But yeah, like the production should go up because it's not really, some are boring, some are interesting. But then and again, I wish it would go back to like the old school days where, when they have one question and then they would answer.
Right.
I think
Right.
if the format would be like that, since we're all scrutinizing the girls, maybe try, having that, answering it an impromptu.
Right.
But yeah, I mean, I don't really know. Most of the girls like did a good job. Jamaica, Philippines, Canada. I
Mhm.
like it.
Yeah.
The story behind it. Even Russia's face, girls.
Yeah.
Russia's
Excuse
face.
me. She's gorgeous.
Oh, and Peru. I also like
Russia,
Peru.
you know what? Russia does not even need to talk in her video. Just watching her, just looking at
Mhm,
her, to me
Yeah.
makes me happy already. You know what I mean? Because she's
mhm,
stunning.
Look at me.
You know?
mhm. And yeah, I also like Peru because Peru, she's just casual and chill on her video. Like no advocacy, just introducing herself.
Yeah.
You know. hmm So I guess like it depends on each and everyone's taste, but definitely Jamaica caught my attention there.
Wonderful. Kelly, what do you think? What are your best videos?
I really just want to know what the hell the brief was, to be honest, because they're so different. There are some girls who was it? Hang on, I've got my notes here. It's one of the first ones. In fact, it might have even been the first one. It might have been in Albania. Just give me one sec. Yeah, Albania. Like she just spoke about how much she loves her mum. And I was really confused.
Oh, okay. It's funny you mentioned because in my notes I have Albania. This is what I have for Albania. The music background is too loud. Sometimes I cannot understand her English. Thank God there are captions. those are my notes.
It was like that with a couple of the girls, but sometimes they just said things that were just so strange and almost not inappropriate, but just weirdly like time and place was not right. And then other girls did these phenomenal videos where they explain their platform and their passions and how they want to change the world by becoming Miss Universe. And you think, oh, that's the reason we're here. And it was just so funny how there were two very distinct kind of camps. There were videos like Miss China who says, I love public speaking. And that's all she said, literally. No
Right.
platform, nothing about her, nothing about her family, nothing about her passions. All she says is, I like speaking in public. That was the entirety of the messaging in her video. And I just want to...
She was a Toastmaster student, she says.
So, though, like, who cares?
Right.
I'm a Toastmaster,
Okay.
And
Okay.
like,
Hector, what do you think?
I
Go ahead,
yeah.
Kelly. Go ahead.
No,
So
go
I was
Kelly,
just
go
gonna say,
Kelly.
as a communications expert, I thought, okay, but what are you actually saying? If you've got nothing of substance to say, you can be a beautiful public speaker, but it's pretty empty, like, you know? So yeah, my favorite video, sorry, just went on a massive tangent there. I really liked Iceland because of the way that it showed her country. I mean, Iceland, I think, is really beautiful as well. And they did those kind of droney shots and showed some of how stunning that country is, which I really loved. And I rate Italy as well, which I forgot to mention before because she's also ridiculously beautiful. And I feel
Oh my
like,
God, tell me about it. Yeah.
I die. So
Thing.
I love that her video had substance as well, which I really liked.
Wonderful. Hector, what do you think? Your choices.
Well, first of all, the Miss Universe organization, they send the guidelines to the national directors. They have time to do this video. They have everything on point by point, because I saw the email. It's your fault if you don't do your job as a national director. Okay. Why the videos are 3 minutes? Because when they finish, they put this Miss Universe vote because they want to monetize the videos.
Okay, that makes sense.
If the videos are less than 3 minutes, you can monetize.
Yeah, that's true.
If the videos are 3 minutes, no matter what you put, they can monetize.
That makes sense.
Right,
yes, I really like Miss Australia video. I really like her. I really like the video. I really like Cambodia. I'm agree with Kelly. I love the video of Miss Iceland. I love Miss Jamaica. I love the Miss Philippines and Puerto Rico video, and I really like Miss Poland video.
Me too.
Because, you know, she's like, excuse me, I'm here.
She's the boss lady.
I'm the boss, Miss Paula. I'm ready to be Miss Universe. I can do whatever you want. You know, she's like a Barbie because Barbie is a doctor, Barbie is a nurse, Barbie is whatever. You know, she's like a Barbie. She can do whatever she wants, you know?
Well, I love her transformation. Like, remember that scene where she comes out of the building dressed as a man. She enters her van, comes out wearing this mini skirt and high heels, and she walks down the street as if it was her runway and says hello to everybody. You know, bitch, I'm the boss. You know, look at me, people. Blah blah blah. So I love that attitude.
Yeah, and I really love Miss El Salvador videos. Vanessa Velasquez.
Right.
You know, she's very serious about everything that she's doing to go to Miss Universe.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Now, I liked, let me see. Actually, I like Brazil. I don't know if you guys know. Brazil, she's very eloquent. She's fluent in 4 languages. Did you know she acted in China for 3 years?
Yes.
She was the first Latina actress to work in China. So to me, that was very impressive. I also like Canada's video. I thought it was very emotional. It was very moving. I like, let me see. France. Even though France was not on my top 21 pre-arrival list, I love her video only because she talks about her grandmother who has Alzheimer's disease, and then she wants to be a director someday of a convalescent home to take care of older people. So I thought, to me, that was very inspirational. And somebody says, let me see. Somebody says Albania has a great project, but she wasted her time talking about her mom, right? Right, Kelly? Right. The same with Ecuador. She has a great project, but she talked about Ecuador and her family. So I think there was a good balance right there. Let me see. One of the best videos, I think, for me is let me see. I think was it Costa Rica? Did I put Costa Rica?
Yeah, I really love her. I really love her video.
Costa Rica. Yeah, this is the one. Her video touched me the most.
Costa Rica was a surprise.
She was, I mean, she wasn't on my top 21 original list.
Yeah, she was a surprise.
After having seen this video, I think I might like move her up. I might include her in my next list. She's a solutions analyst. Her English is very good, but when she mentioned she's dyslexic, to me that really like touched me. Wow, you know, I mean, it's a very serious problem. And then she also wants to inspire people. So to me, that really touched me. So, wonderful.
And to be dyslexic and also to learn English is also
that's
well done.
That's a dual challenge right there. Yeah,
100%.
Yeah,
I thought the same.
Mm-hmm.
When I saw the videos, you know that you first saw Miss Colombia and Miss Costa Rica. When I saw the Miss Costa Rica video, I just decided Costa Rica and not Colombia. And I'm sorry, the Colombians, that today I received message and hate message about, you know what happened in 2014 when I said that Paulina Vega is not going to win the Miss Universe pageant, and she won. You know, but when I saw the Miss Costa Rica video and I saw first Miss Colombia, my question was, Hector, who is your favorite right now? And I need to say, I prefer Costa Rica over Colombia.
Well, they could be twin sisters. They look alike.
Yes, both are beautiful. Yeah, both are beautiful. Tall, but I think Costa Rica is maybe can be a nice surprise on the top 21.
Right. Wonderful. Okay, let me see. Actually, most of them are just really horrible, bad videos. I'm sorry. You know.
True.
Like Indonesia. I mean, she says she likes spicy food. I mean, her English is
very spicy food.
But the way she pronounced the word unity, it sounded like unity, like
unity
in diversity. So
you know, and she wants to imitate Catriona.
The universe smile together. That's what she says. You know.
Yeah.
Anyway,
she wants to imitate Catriona Gray. You know, with the dress, and she look, you know, like. You know, I'm not sure about her.
Well, as you know, we're all humans, and sometimes we love to cry, especially sob stories. What do you think are the best sob stories from this year? Let's start with Hector. What do you think? Is the saddest, some of the saddest sob
I need
stories?
to be I need to be very honest in a serious way. I'm not sure if it's because I'm 49 years old and I'm old right now, but when I saw the video of Miss Canada, not this video, when I saw all the videos when she reunited with her family after 20 years, honestly, I was crying like a crazy boy here in my apartment. Immediately, I sent a message to her and I say, I love beautiful scene, but I was crying like a crazy.
Okay, so to you, that's a saddest sob story.
Yes.
Phil, what about you?
Me, we all know everyone's talking about Canada, but I want to take if I answer that question, it's not really a sub story, but it's Miss Curacao, because working with individuals with under the spectrum is really like special to me. So I'm glad that she used her video to raise awareness, and with that, I really respect her, and she just go up like on my list. She was one of those girls that really, impressed me a lot. So kudos, Miss Curacao.
Yes.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Oh, and by the way, happy Autism Awareness Month.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I think besides Curacao, I think there's another contestant who's into autism or who's in the spectrum. It's Miss Ghana. I think she mentioned that in her video. Yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And also, some of these contestants, of course, have been victims of sexual assault, and of course, we all know it's a very serious crime. And it's just very sad to hear their what happened to them, especially Hades' experience. She said, what did she say? She said she at 15, her Spanish teacher attacked her, and she was sent to the hospital for a couple of weeks.
Yeah.
So I thought, my God, poor girl, Kelly.
She was, I was going to say, she was my number one sob story that I was going to say. So she was hospitalized for 2 months.
Right.
Yes.
So being 15, and then her parents said, obviously, you can't go back to that school. And she said, no, I actually want to continue. I want to face it because I have to show that I'm stronger. And she drew on it as a source of strength. Somehow, I don't know how you would go from being attacked by a teacher and being in hospital for 2 months to suddenly turning up to the same school. I just, as a 15-year-old, I wouldn't have been able to do that. So I'm in awe. And she's the number one person where I thought, wow, that's a really crazy story. Like, good on her. I don't know anybody else that could possibly top that.
Right. Spain's sob story caught my eye. She said she was bullied at primary and high school. Her teacher told her she was not worth anything. And she became very insecure after that. But look at her now. Her teacher was wrong, obviously, little things like that. It's just, I mean, who hasn't been bullied? Everybody's been bullied, except me. I was the bully.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah. You bully too? You bully somebody?
No. We know that you are the bully. We know that you are the one to bully the people.
Yeah. Somebody said on the comment section, Cameroon has a good sob story as well. Because Kelly mentioned before. She comes from a very patriarchal country that basically does not believe in gender equality. And some of these contestants, by the way, focus on gender equality, like Miss Barbados and whatnot. So yeah. Okay, let's move on. What do you think of fans being able to buy votes this year? Do you think that's a horrible idea? Or, I mean, okay, I think your first vote is free, but if you want to vote more than one vote, you need to pay. So, Kelly, the businesswoman that you are.
I feel like it gives an unfair advantage to countries that are more populous and or more cashed up and or more into pageants. So my biggest issue with pageants is when they do things like this Similar to the Continental Format, I suppose it's the same argument where it becomes unfair because then it's no longer based on merit. Like it's not like pageants are kind of like a popularity contest in terms of social media and outreach and everything like that because you need to be a leader. But it's not on the basis of random people's opinions. It's based on the opinions of the people who you will represent organizationally. So I don't agree with it from the simple fact that it means that someone who doesn't necessarily deserve it will possibly get it, if that makes sense.
Oh, it makes perfect sense. Totally.
Yeah.
Totally. Yeah.
It's never sat right with me. I've been in pageants as well where people have been voting. And as a contestant, I've always felt really shitty asking people to pay to vote for me. Like it makes me feel like, you know,
begging.
like
Yeah.
for handouts. Yeah, you're begging people. And I just think it's gross. I really do.
Yeah. Phil, what do you think?
I mean, I'm on the middle. Like I agree with Kelly. Like if I was a contestant, it feels like low-key selling yourself, you know, for votes. But on the other hand, the organization needs to earn money. We all know what happened, you know, the rumors about Miss Universe being bankrupt and stuff. But yeah, really, like the org really needs to.
Hector's shaking his head.
Well,
Hector, why are you shaking your head?
Everybody right now in these times needs money. If I can do a competition that the people bought for me and I gain money, I do it. You know, I'm agree with Kelly, but it's about business. You know, they need money. They need money. Everybody needs money. You look, Miss Word. They decide to come to Puerto Rico because why? Here is the money. Not in London, nor in China, in Puerto Rico. You know, I don't really like this kind of thing because I think it's cheap, but it's all about business.
Okay, well, that's a nice argument and everything, but the way I see it is that the way they advertise this whole voting process, that if we will, whoever is, okay, you will have to vote, you know, if you want your girl to be in the top 21. What does that mean? Is there going to be a preliminary competition? What is the point of having a preliminary competition if the top 21 girls have already been selected through votes? You know what I mean? And what about, are there going to be preliminary judges? What is the purpose? Do they need all these money to be able to pay these judges, their accommodations, their food, travel, and whatnot? I mean, I don't know. It's just, to me, it's just very shady, the whole thing. Yeah, I really don't like it. I really don't like it at all.
Yeah, tacky is the word. Feels right. That's how it feels.
Yeah, that's the correct word.
Yeah.
And speaking of judges, I'm not sure if they're going to resort to an all-female panel system, judging panel again this year. I'm sorry, the word they use right now is select committee to be more inclusive.
Whatever.
You know what I mean, baby? So, but you know what? Since it's my show, I will insist every one of my guests to use judge, okay? Judge. What do you think of the possibility of having an all-female judge again this year? Hector, let's start with you.
I don't really like it because when you have a pageant like Miss Universe, you need to have a lot of people, a lot of mind. You need the straight guy. You need the guy. You need the choreographer. You need the businessman. When all these different minds came together, you have a beautiful and a babbable Miss Universe. But when you had all these women, and I really love women, Kelly, okay, I really love women. But when you have all these women, you know, they start like, I don't know, something bad happened. I don't know. You know, we saw in this few years that most of the winners are not the correct winners, you know, and they going to bring like Miss America contestant or Miss America winners. This is Miss Universe. Don't bring Miss America to Miss Universe, please. Don't bring another pageant to Miss Universe, you know. Bring gay men, bring straight guys, bring businesswomen, you know, artists, singers, actresses, Hollywood, you know, like in the golden era, like Trump, like in the 80s, like in the 90s. But when you saw all this selection committee, it's like, you know, they are like the best of the best. Come on, you know, I don't really like it. I don't like it.
Kelly, do you agree with all female judges?
Statistically speaking, the most effective groups of people to make decisions, both in business and in life and everything, is mixed people. So an all-female decision-making team in business or an all-male decision-making team in business are both fairly ineffective for different reasons. And this is the reason why, leadership at, executive level and at board level of companies for women matters so much, is because they do offer that insight. So having the blend of two, like I said, if you look at the statistics and the studies that have been done into this, there's a lot of merit to what Hector has been saying about how those decisions come about and about how it becomes more balanced and becomes more considered. I don't, in principle, disagree with an all-female judging panel. It's odd that they would do that on purpose. It seems a little bit virtue signally to me in a way, because it doesn't seem like it's necessary, because you could have, for example, a mostly female judging panel and have it full of people who are, business owners and public speakers and politicians and, various people that can represent, powerful places in society in various aspects, and you could achieve the same end.
Right. I totally agree. Well, not only that, but it really defeats the purpose of Miss Universe being, again, more inclusive. If you have an all-female judges, what do you do with the non-binaries, the gender queers, the people who don't identify themselves as neither male nor female? Come on. What would these social justice warriors think? They would probably condemn the whole idea of an all-female or an all-male judges, because based on the endless number of gender identities that exist out there, By the way, I only believe in two genders, male and female, just for the record. Phil, what do you think?
Well, I don't know. I'm kind of like 50-50 with it, because, an all-female judge, especially if they're all title holders, per se, all Miss Universe, I don't have a problem with it, because they all have experiences and they would understand more and they would know what it takes. But on the other hand, like what Hector says, we need male judges, because like what I'm going to quote Diana Mendoza on this, men just go from point A to B. If they see a Miss Universe, that's their Miss Universe. But women, they go like, are they going to be good representation of this? Are they going to be, basically we need like 50-50, and we need diversity. That's all.
Yeah.
I really love to see this year all the judges gays or trans, or maybe a combination of that. You can imagine 7 male judges. Why they don't bring somebody that represent the trans community? Angela Ponce was one of the contestants.
Yeah.
But not just like representation. Invite a fan to judge. Has it ever been done?
Well,
do you remember? No. It was in Las Vegas. That you had the opportunity to be one of the judges of Miss Universe. I think it was 2012.
Really?
Yes. I'm going to find, yes. And I'm going to send to you.
But that would be like nice. Like they would open like an audition worldwide, to reach out for the fans, and then send your bios, and then we're gonna choose you, as a judge or as a selective committee, to choose the next new Miss Universe.
Right. Exactly. When I think of, let's say, when I think of like a male pageant, okay, it's very common for a male pageant to have nothing but an all-female judges. Nobody bats an eyelash. Nobody saying anything about that. You know what I mean? But why can't an all-female judge an all-female beauty pageant? So I don't know. It's just weird, I guess. Anyway, hopefully they'll pick the best and the fairest judges. That's all I can say. It doesn't matter if it's all female, all male, mixed. I don't care, as long as it's fair. That's it. Okay.
Well, it doesn't matter. Like as long as they choose like the best Miss Universe, the best girl who shines that night.
Yeah, like in the last 2 years, we've had wonderful Miss Universe, Catriona Goy and Josephine Tuesday, and they're both were selected by all-female judges. So, so that's good. Wonderful. Okay, so as you know, this year, for the first time in the history of the pageant, the pageant will be telecast on cable, not by a major television network like NBC or CBS or even Fox News. Fox News dropped Miss Universe this year. Instead, some unknown cable channel, FYI, will be broadcasting the pageant. And I think, correct me if I'm wrong, Hector, is Telemundo going to broadcast in Spanish?
Yeah.
Yes.
They're broadcast Spanish and English.
In English, okay, as well.
Yes. Yes.
Good. So yeah, so they're actually like trying their best to branch out to attract as many audience as possible and whatnot. So yeah, I mean, who knows? Maybe next year a major Asian network will step in and broadcast the pageant. You know, Kelly, is Miss Universe shown live in New Zealand or in Australia?
Nope.
No.
I was going to say, when you're talking about telecasts, I'm like, I have not watched the actual TV in years. Like, I am glued to Netflix and, you know, Disney Plus and other streaming services, but I've not tuned into an actual TV station in forever. Like, it'll be close to a decade. I'm not even kidding. So I don't know that it would matter as much for this part of the world because we stream everything anyway, to be honest. A telecast of something does seem a little bit archaic to me because I'm happy to pay $2 or whatever and, you know, get the official stream that's, you know, high quality and view it from home. That's my idea of entertainment. So as long as they make it available to countries that aren't fortunate enough to have, you know, Telemundo or, you know, that FYI channel or however else it's going to be broadcast across various other countries, if they are able to provide it via streaming that everyone can access, I'm a happy girl.
Right. Okay, wonderful. Phil, what do you think?
Well, I mean, times are changing. You know, everything is switching to streaming services, you know, and stuff. And, you know, it's just fine. Just as long as we could see Miss Universe live, we're good. It's just sad that that this year's there's no press.
Oh yeah,
Yes.
so, yeah, that's one thing that really saddens me because you know, I can understand with all this COVID stuff. I mean, you know, that's our next topic is COVID. You know, the most important thing is safety. Safety is the number one issue, and I totally agree. You know, I mean, they did a great job with Miss USA. You know, it was they abided by all the safety guidelines imposed by the government. Nobody got sick. Social distancing was observed. Everybody wore masks. Some of the girls wore the most fabulous, you know, embellished, bejeweled masks ever. So they could be very creative if they want to. And I want to see all these wonderful, lovely, interesting masks for the Miss Universe as well. So I can't wait. Yeah. So yeah, but I'm sad that the media won't be able to be present. I found out that all the VIP tickets are sold out, but I also heard that people who have the VIP tickets are actually selling them triple the price to anyone who's desperate enough to watch the pageant. Yeah, so tickets are usually sold for $175 are being sold for almost $1,000, and you get to sit way up in the balcony where you can't see practically anything at all. So you wonder, would you rather pay $1,000 to have a bad seat, or would you rather attend a viewing party hosted by a friend of yours in a nice hotel or a nice condo, and you know, just watch the entire show on a big TV screen? What would you do, Kelly? Would you go pay big bucks to watch the show live if you have a bad seat, or just watch it at a viewing party?
It's 50-50 for me, actually, because I think most of the hype and the excitement of it is the atmosphere. So I would want to be there. I think resellers and ticket scalpers can rot in the 7 depths of hell, because I just find that so immoral. Like, the amount of times I've had to pay, you know, some stupid amount for, you know, a concert ticket or something that someone else has scalped is just, it's infuriating. So I don't agree with that, and I wouldn't want to give them my money for that. So I'd probably have a viewing party over paying someone an exorbitant amount of money based on principle. But having said that, I think you can't replicate that same atmosphere or the same ambience if you're not actually there, because it's the people who are, you know, in the audience and so hyped up that, you know, make it so cool. but I have been to some pretty sick viewing parties with my friends. Like I've had Miss Universe viewing parties at home have been so cool. So and 50-50.
Well, yeah, I think viewing parties can be really, really fun. I mean, we all get to wear sashes representing countries that you root for, that you support. You get to wear all these funny costumes and gowns and whatnot. You tend to be crazy as much as you can, you know. So that's good. Phil, what do you think? Would you pay big money for a bad seat or a viewing party?
Well,
Viewing party with good food, by the way.
yes, exactly. But that's only press access, you know. well, I grew up watching Miss Universe always in a viewing party. I was a little kid with my neighbors, you know, playing this like Miss Universe game, who gets represented. So it was really fun. And I'd really want to replicate that, especially during these times. We need like a little excitement. But if I would have the money, still no, because you know what happened in Atlanta.
That's
It
true.
was really such a bad experience. But I agree with Kelly though. While waiting for the preliminary show, we were jam-packed. There was no social distancing. It was like no personal space at all. You could feel each other's guts, each other's paellas. It's right there. But then again, the moment we got in the venue, the atmosphere changed. You know, it was such a party. Everyone screaming, Colombia, Venezuela, Mexico, Philippines.
Yeah.
Like the World Cup of beauty pageants, you know?
Yeah.
So I don't know, but during this time I would rather celebrate it with my close friends who I know are safe and who's probably got vaccinated, just to be, you know, still, you know, there's always Miss Universe every year, and hello Costa Rica in December. You know,
Yep, that's right. Hector, would you pay good money for a bad seat or a viewing party?
Well, if I had the opportunity, I can buy the tickets, but now I think it's not the time for me, in my personal opinion, in my case, you know, to travel, to go to an event like Miss Universe. I prefer to stay in my home, be safe, and just wait for the right moment to enjoy Miss Universe again the way I really like to enjoy. Because if I'm going to Miss Universe, I had the opportunity to go. We can go. But, you know, it's not going to be the same. Right. It's everything about the COVID, about the guidelines and everything. And I don't really like that. You know, I really prefer staying in my home. I just going to be maybe in a hotel room to see the pageant and watch the pageant and enjoy. But right now, I prefer to stay in my country. I don't want to travel. I'm very honest. I'm very scared about all this seeing the COVID-19. I don't believe in the vaccine. Then I didn't get vaccinated because I don't believe in that. You know, it's my opinion, but I'm just waiting for the right moment to enjoy Miss Universe that the way I really like to enjoy. Like maybe 5 years ago, 10 years ago, we can talk to the girls, we can go to the press junket, we can enjoy everything. But right now, for me, it's not the time to go to Miss Universe.
What if by luck somebody offered you a VIP ticket? Would you go?
Well, if somebody called me right now, say, Hector, we have the VIP in the front of the stage. Let me tell you, I put a cap or something and I'm going to Miss Universe.
Wait, at the front, hey, at the front of the stage, but the girls are facing backwards. There was a lot of complaints last year. The last year's edition, they had to refund 300.
Right.
Yeah, well, they need to sell these tickets very high because it's just a few people, you know, in the
Well,
theater.
you know what? Guess what? I think Monday they will start selling tickets for the preliminary competition and the national costume show. And I'm actually thinking of waiting in line to purchase any of those tickets. If I succeed in getting any of those tickets, I will probably eventually go to Florida, to Miami.
Well, I don't know. I could get banned. You know my story. I got banned.
What is your story?
I'm remember I
What?
got banned from Facebook.
Well, you
After
got banned
the
from Facebook. Why? What did you do?
No,
What?
I don't want to get caught. But anyway, I've decided I'm just gonna stay home.
Oh,
You know,
And
so I'll look at this
I
in
really
Costa
want to
Rica.
know. I really want to know how the Miss Universe organization decide to send this email to the very VIP people. Who is this very VIP people that they send the emails, and they don't send an email to Rafa, and they don't send email to me. They don't send email to you.
I
No,
know.
apparently those people,
We
the
are
same people
we are
who bought,
VIPs.
no, apparently the same people
Hello.
VIP tickets last edition. You know.
Mm.
Okay, well, we're coming close to the end. I have a couple of actually photos of national costumes. I've been like, checking out the national costumes of some of the girls that have released their photos of the costumes. Let me ask Kelly about this costume by Miss Australia.
Oh.
Look. Oh. Thank you for that. Okay.
What is that?
I love Maria. I think she has an incredible platform. I think she's an absolutely beautiful person, both inside and out, which is very evident in what she does. However, this is so unjust.
What is it?
It's an abomination is what it is. No, it's meant to be, it's meant to be the black swan. So a black swan is the state animal, the emblem of Western Australia. And the black swan was originally thought to be not as beautiful as a white swan and a whole bunch of other things, but it's native to WA. So that's the story behind the costume, which was cool because it plays into the way that, Maria has felt like an outcast and everything, and she's tied it really, really well into her own platform, which I think is beautiful and it's very meaningful, and it shows that she's got that consistency, but the bodice looks like it's choking her poor boobs.
Yeah,
what is happening there?
Yeah.
Like, it looks like it's about 4 sizes too small across the top here. I mean, I've got boobs, which is why I buy things that fit me, because if I don't, it looks like that. And then the second thing is that jumpsuit, it's out of step with the rest of the costume. So I don't know if you guys have seen it in motion, but the motors in the way.
It was like moving around, it's like flying, yeah.
It's a beautiful concept. Why the fuck they would put it with something that looks like she's going for a run with,
No, maybe she looks like she's going to a NASCAR racing.
Yeah, I don't know. The sequins shouldn't be there.
Yeah.
The bodice fits in correctly. The leggings, if you could call them leggings, are off. They also fit funny. So you've got those like little whiskers of the fabric at the top that points to her crotch. Like I hate the middle part so much, but I love the feathers and I love the motion of it and I love the story.
Yes.
Yeah. But they were so close.
Close. So the idea, I think the idea is amazing. It's the execution, I think. That's the problem.
Yes.
Yeah. To me, it looks like a Project Runway reject. Right, Phil? Pretty much.
Well, I think like if the Australians are trying to, say something about the Australian wind, then that costume would be more appropriate because of the mechanic, the visuals and the way the feathers are going. But I don't know. The colors reminds me of, it's so dull.
Right.
Not my favorite. It's a boot.
It's a boot. Okay. Oh, well, maybe next year Australia will have a better costume. Okay. I want Hector's opinion on this costume.
Ooh.
Puerto Rico.
Whoa.
Puerto Rico in the house.
I had one thing about this national costume. This national costume is about Walter Mercado, one of the most important astrologers of the world. He born in Puerto Rico. He was from Puerto Rico, but he was internationally renowned about, all the astrology and everything. And this is an homage to this guy, that he was an actor, he was a dancer, he was a very important person in Puerto Rico, art in the world. Honestly, I really like it, because Walter Mercado for us, it was like a father. It was like this, how I can say in English, it was like this father figure.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I really love the colors. You know, it was something that she was involved in the creation of this national costume. I really like the colors. Honestly, in my opinion, I love the concept. I love everything, but the only thing I just changed is this big thing in the back.
Right.
When she put down, it looks amazing.
Right.
But most of the people in Puerto Rico, they love the national costume. When I saw, I get emotional because, you know,
I like
Walter
it.
was very important person for us.
I like it a lot, but I don't like the legging part because it makes her legs look thicker.
Okay.
So,
Okay.
yeah.
Yes.
I mean, she's actually very thin now, but that part bothers me. Okay,
And
you guys want to thank, of the costumes that I've seen so far, to me, the one that has the most impact is this. Care to guess?
Israel.
Israel.
Wow.
It's all face masks.
Ah,
Isn't it neat?
Okay.
I love it. Love
that
it.
is something that every country could relate.
Seriously. Yeah.
Yeah. Mhm.
Yeah, she'll probably like end up like, you know, traveling wearing this entire dress on the plane. But I think it's authentic, it's original. Maybe it doesn't take a lot of effort to design it, but nevertheless, it speaks volumes of the harsh reality that we're experiencing right now. And it's practical, of course. Should anybody run out of face masks, she has one to provide them ready right there, you know, so.
And you know what the other thing is, it'd be so light to carry, and trust from me, I've had some national costumes that have been so heavy and so hard to transport, and I've had to pay so much just extra baggage and shit on airlines to try and get stuff halfway across the world. This would be light as a feather.
And she got all the press.
Well, not only that, but how could you possibly lose a piece, that outfit? You know what I mean?
Just
Well,
sew another one back on. Easy.
Yeah, exactly. So I can't wait. Yeah, I can't wait to see the other costumes, and we will have another show just to talk about national costumes. So anyway, lovely people of the universe, I thank you so much for coming to this wonderful show tonight, and also special thanks to all the fans who are watching tonight. And Miss Kelly King, darling, thank you so much for gracing our show tonight.
Thank you for having me.
Oh, wonderful. Usually people know Peter Sereno of Dear Pageant, who's usually one of the regular guests, but since Peter couldn't make it, we invited Kelly and she was gracious enough to accept our invitation. So thank you, darling.
Thank you, Kelly.
And you know what? I think I think married life has done a lot of wonders. I mean, you look fabulous. You look incredible. Amazing. Yeah.
She does.
You've never looked better. Yeah, you've never looked better. I think you look much better than 95% of most of these girls in this universe.
I love you. We just became best friends. You know that, don't you?
Yeah. Okay, this is what I want for Christmas. I'm just kidding.
Exactly. No, I was actually going to say, what I find really funny is I find the girls who are typically strongest in pageants, and I'm sure you guys will agree, they tend to be a little bit older, because after living your own life and going kind of through your 20s, especially towards the end of your 20s, you're sure of who you are, you know who you are as a person, you have principles, you've got a little bit of experience, and I feel like that shows. And so countries who recognize this and crown the right girl who has that little bit of, you know, personality and sass and experience under her belt, I feel like they're so much more powerful as their own, you know, woman, I suppose, than people who are, you know, kind of 19, 20, 21. And I've often thought that as well. Sometimes I look in the mirror and I'm like, you know what, I could go back into pageants because I know so much more now than I did back then as well. And I feel like, yeah, life is giving me things that I have been able to use. And yeah, I don't look old yet, so that's cool.
So Miss Kelly, basically what you're saying is that Miss Israel, who's 18, has there's no chance in hell to win over Miss Great Britain, who's 29. There's an 11-year difference.
I didn't say that. But if you put her on the stage next to someone like Wijeta, she's going to have a bad time at Q&A. Sorry.
Yes, that's my Maria. Maria, I love you.
Well, I guess it really depends on what the organization is looking for, you know? Because Paulina Vega's young. Who else? Amelia Vega, you know. Zuleika Rivera was young when she was
Zuleika
crowned.
was 18 too, yeah.
Yeah,
Yes.
you know. Probably I think like the difference is while the older girls tends to have the experience and the maturity to compete, the younger girls had the confidence and the sass. You agree?
Yeah, possibly.
Possibly. Well, see, when
Possibly, yeah.
when Amelia Vega and Zuleika Rivera won, Miss Universe was not very big on a platform or advocacy
No.
at that time.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
You know,
But
neither one of them could actually speak eloquently compared to the girls this time. You know, so
Yeah.
it's a big difference.
Yeah.
So anyway, lovely people of the universe, thank you so much for coming.
Thank
to
you.
our show.
Oh, you're
And,
welcome.
yeah, so we'll just wait. You know, I can't wait to watch the preliminaries of which the national costume shows, which is my most favorite segment of the entire competition, because it speaks pageantry. It's all about colors, dresses, designs, flavors, and whatnot, and everything, and attitude. So, all right, thank you, Kelly. Thank you, darling.
Thank you very much.
Again,
Lovely to
equal
see you all.
Mhm.
Thank you, Phil. Thank you, Hector.
You're
thank you,
welcome.
and to all our Critical Beauty Salon fans, thank you for coming to our show.
Thank
Wonderful
you.
weekend. Have a wonderful rest of the week. So, see you later.
Bye.
Chao. Adiós.
Take care.
Pórtese bien, póngase la mascarilla, use el alcohol y pórtese bien. Cuídese mucho, ¿ok? Por favor. Adiós,
Gracias.
Kelly. Te amo.
Chao.
Eres muy bella,
Muchísimas
Kelly.
gracias.
Bye.
Oh!
Mabuhay.
Mabuhay. Kapuka. Sabudika.
Bye.
Thank God the pageant is not in Thailand because all the girls are Kapuka. Kapuka. You know. They're going
All
to
right.
Hollywood, Florida. Welcome to Miami. Oh, next week I'm going to interview Estefania Soto, Miss
Puerto
Universe
Rico.
Puerto Rico. Okay, it's going to be like
That should be
a
fun.
video interview next Tuesday. Okay.
Good luck.